something. Give him a little something.
Go ahead, man. Break it down.
When you really break it down,
We're just two hunks and a Negro serving the Lord. We're just two hunks and a Negro singing our song.
I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what in the 3 levels of hell was that? You know, the 80s and 90s was a very interesting time frame. This was during a time frame where the Christians were, there was a Christian movement called colorblind. And what they were trying to do was to teach that in Christianity, we are all colorblind. That it shouldn't matter what your color is. That you should just go on about your business and be good Christians. And this was one of the prominent groups that had something to do with that. And the fact that people bought into it. Arsenio Hall had him on the show, playing it as a joke, but it's no joke. The young black man who was down there, you are sitting there allowing them to utilize a term that was used to take away a black person's humanity, a term that was used to denigrate black people. And I understand, Negro comes from negro, which means black. But that's not how the term was used. Now, was it? Now, many of you who may be much younger than me, you may not realize the implication of that. But when I was growing up, if a white person called you that, they might as well call you the other N-word as well. They might as well have called you all kind of things because it was derogatory. And I don't care if they're singing it and how they're singing it. It doesn't matter. But notice that when they talk, the two hunks, they get to be hunks. Sorry, hold on. Let me go on this tangent. They get to be hunks. You know, good looking. Hunk is a good looking, well built man. They get to be two hunks. And this little Negro that we got with us, they get a nicety while he gets disparaged. He gets to be subservient to them. And this is the mentality that black people have in Christianity. We have it in America in many different ways. We have it in multiple countries, Western countries in many different ways, and in countries that we are now taking over in Africa and that sort of thing in many different ways. But when you sit up there and you display this attitude in one of the most racist countries in the world, and you allow them to call you that, and you smile, you shuck and jive with it, if I didn't use that terminology, I would probably call you one. But I don't use that terminology at all. I'll just say you were ignorant. He was an ignorant and stupid young man to allow himself to be denigrated like that, thinking that he was doing it for some greater purpose of this Jesus character. In truth, they were using you, and you allowed yourself to be used. And the fact that there are many black people who was walking around in the 80s and 90s, oh, I don't see color, I don't see color, I don't see. This freaking society sees color. Up until this day, this society still sees color. And you're treated accordingly. You're treated accordingly. In general population and the general mindset of America, you're treated accordingly. You might have a 1 or 2 persons over here who don't treat you like that individually. But let them be around a large enough crowd of black people, and let's see how they react then. Let them be around some black people who don't dress a certain way, and let's see how they react then. Their reactions will be completely different. They will judge that book by its cover in a heartbeat based on the mindset, the mind share of this country and individual groups. But the idea that in the Bible that everybody's colorblind, yeah, it may not go by color, but we are talking about a God who decided that, hey, these are my children, the Israelites, and I'm going to kill everybody else. I wonder where they got the idea of separating themselves and saying that one is superior from the other. In the words of Arsenio Hall, things that make you go, Y'all have a great day. And remember always, you got to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.